Hey guys, welcome to the Charter 7. I'm reviewing this, which is the DC Super Friends Imaginext Croc and Crocodile. So really cool, really blessed. I picked this up today, and I believe this, along with the Riddler and Two-Face packs, were first kind of spotted at the start of this month. I know with Imaginext, like, they've kind of been slow on putting stuff out, and it hasn't really been, cleared by anyone if they're going to keep making toys when Mattel loses the license or if they're going to stop. But I actually found this guy today when I was looking for the Killer Croc Collect and Connect wave, so ironically I came across him and Two-Face and Riddler, so I thought I'd review them. And yeah, so we got the DC Super Friends logo here, we got the Batman artwork, DC, Imaginext, Croc, and Crocodile, and because this is a kid's line, his name has been abbreviated to K-Croc, so as opposed to Killer Croc, in case you were kind of curious why Imaginext does that. But yeah, it's kind of like how, too, like with Deathstroke, how they just put Slade on there. So I think it's cool that they can still make obscure characters like that, but just change the names around a little bit. That way they don't have to worry about, issues or anything, but then you can see the artwork on the back, and then you have a bio, which is kind of funny. And yeah, let's open this up. So here we have the new Killer Croc, and I think he looks really good. I think Mattel did a good job with him, or Fisher-Price. They're owned by Mattel, but, basically the same thing. And it definitely reminds me a lot of the Arkham look of this character, because he's got the little collar and the face and everything. Definitely kind of reminds me more of his Arkham Asylum video game look, or the more modern kind of looks, I guess. And I like the face. I think it's very nicely sculpted. He's got these yellow eyes with black dots in them. He has these teeth, growling, looks great. He's got his chin, and yeah, he just looks really good. Trying to get my camera to focus a little bit. You'll notice the dots on him that look great. I like the collar with the chains. And he's got his pants. You can kind of see where there's a belt there and where they're ripped at the end. I think that looks really good. I like all the scales on his body too. They look really nice. Like in here, you can kind of see them and all around the face. And he has his little scales and spikes on his arms and his hand. In the back here, it's very noticeable on the back. It looks really good. I actually thought they had just put a new head on the pre-existing Croc mold, but it actually does appear of all the molding and everything that they may have made a new body entirely. I'll compare them in a second. And yeah, it looks really good. And you can see the back of the legs there and the feet. So very cool. And then you do get a crocodile accessory for him, which has some nice scaling. I like it. You got a little button here and action feature. It jumps up and down. I mean, it's kind of fun. It's a kid's toy. It's pretty neat. They're gonna really love it. And I mean, honestly, I'm having a lot of fun playing with it too. I really like this. It's just pretty cool, pretty neat, and I like how realistic it looks too. It's also kind of cool too because like the details on it kind of match this Croc a little bit. So I kind of like how there's a little bit of continuity, especially with the eyes. I like how they kept the eye kind of the same there. That's pretty cool. And the hands and feet do rotate on them, which is very neat. So it does move up and down, and Killer Croc has the same articulation that most Imaginext characters do, minus the head rotation, but his arms can rotate 360, they swing out, 360s at the wrist, and then the legs fold. Now, here's a comparison with the 2015 Killer Croc, or actually this might be the 2014 one. As you can see, this one they gave him the silver metal jaw, which was kind of cool, but I mean, it looks weird to me if I'm being honest, and he has a little bit of different coloring, but you can definitely see like with the hands and the arms, and even the body, pretty much everything about this is a completely different sculpt, but I like how they did it in a way where it does look similar to the previous sculpt, but when you really start looking at the details and everything on it, like especially the back with all the texture, it's definitely very different. And then lastly, here's Croc with the very first Killer Croc that came out, and this is the one that didn't have the hand articulation and it didn't have the silver jaw. I think they both look really good, but I definitely like this new one. I like the new textures on it, and Imaginext, they always do a good job. Every time they remake a character, they definitely make it a lot better than it previously was. So I do think this one was pretty cool. I remember when it first came out, and yeah, so pretty neat. Overall, I think this is a great 2-pack. Definitely, if you like this line, definitely worth picking up. And like I said, it just improves upon what was previously released, and it looks pretty neat. Thanks for watching. Please rate, like, and subscribe.